All right. I think we're live. Let's see. Oh, let's zoom out. Focus. Let me pop this up. Is that middle? I guess that's not middle. Volume. There you go. Let's see. Okay. Now. All right. So today, this is the original joystick. If you guys tuned in on the last stream, that I accidentally stripped the top. Come on, focus. This top screw here should look like this, and this is stripped. So we're gonna swap these joysticks out on this controller now, and hopefully I got a new desoldering tool, some kind of deal to try to desolder these, or at least get them out, and then hopefully my desoldering gun, it's easier for it to get out. So we're gonna try that today, and just kind of hanging out, Friday chill stream. So yeah. All right, so let's get this apart. I've obviously already took this out of the other shell and everything, which was here. So we've taken this apart. And I'm gonna, let's just leave these parts here for when I want to put it back together. Let's see, I think it's the middle. This one? Yeah. So we got to take these two screws out here, one here and one over here, to get these boards apart. And then we'll have to desolder the, oh no, is it the blue one? Okay, never mind. Yeah, no, it's not. I got this mat here to try to organize my stuff on this side. My desk still is kind of a mess. So. And then this time I actually I should have all the chats up, so I should be able to see your messages on all that. And yeah, I should be able to respond now in chats now that I have a better kind of setup here. Trying to get back into this streaming. I used to do the keyboard streams. I'm still gonna do some of those. I do need to rebuild one of the boards my wife uses, and I need to also I think it was the USB-C port on it. I might have to swap. I don't know. I have to look. I also need to I'm gonna update my Wooting 80. I got a new case for it I'm gonna put on. So still gonna do some keyboard stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna get back into designing keycaps again. I'm still kind of on the fence on that with everything else going on. So I don't know. And with drop selling and closing, so, or they closed. I mean, they're closed. Yeah, are they closed now? Now it's just Corsair. I was running my keycaps through there, but I don't know how that's gonna work now, or even if they're doing that anymore. So yeah, kind of weird situation. Everything's just kind of crazy. So I'm just kind of working on my own stuff and streaming it. So all right, so we got the screws out. Now let's separate the board. So we're gonna have to peel this back and disconnect the two wires that are connecting the two boards. So we're the sticker back. And pry these up. Not like that. We gotta do, I guess we'll use the spudger to get a better grip on it. Or not. There it goes. It's coming up. It's coming up. There's one. And two. And then now, we can take these motors out here. Now we need to desolder the, oh yeah, there's a little headphone jack. I'll put this here. Don't want to forget that. So now we need to desolder these connectors here so we can separate the board. So I'm going to move now over to the soldering station and switch the camera to that. It's going to be kind of zoomed in. I do have a dual output, but I'm still trying to figure out if we're gonna use that or not. It's going to be zoomed in here. Let's see. There you go. So now we're going to desolder these points on each side. To do that, turn the iron on. We're going to desolder that. And I got my fan on to suck out the fumes. And we're just going to then add solder to the joints after we get all this stuff off. I get my soldering iron. Let that warm up. And we're gonna get each of these cords and pull them off. Like so. And voila. Just kind of clean those up. All right, now the other side. Move the motor over here. All right, this side. Switch hands here. That one. That one. This one's stuck on there. The pads, so. Wow, that one's on there good. Okay. Let's add a little solder to that one. There we go. All right, so those are all off. We'll come back to those in a bit. So now the board is separated. Move this piece out of the way, back to the other side. And let's move the motors for now so they're not in my way. And now we can get started on soldering iron. So I did get this new tool that's supposed to cover the exact joints, I guess, on the board here. So I gotta wait for the iron to heat up, and we'll use this mount. And we'll try it on this one first. And I also don't want to mash any of the stuff here, so let's mount it like this. Okay. We'll do this side first. Got it, got it. All right. So first things first, I'm going to add a little bit of flux. Still joining group by. What group by? What group by? Got to be more specific with me there. Okay, got flux. Oh, you know what? I need my gloves. I want to do the same thing as last time. Any group buy? Like, for what? Like, I mean, I haven't joined a group buy for a keyboard or anything in a bit. Like, I'm trying to understand what... For boards? Nah, not lately. I watch Alex's streams every once in a while. But like, I'll be honest, I already have, I think, 15 or 20 boards, and I don't know, like, I might sell some maybe if I did, but I mean, I have my rotation already. If anything, what I do now is I'm just modding the switches and changing out PCBs every once in a while, but I haven't, like, there hasn't been a board where I was like, oh my, I have to have this. I mean, for gaming now, I use my Wooting ADHE, and I've already got, I don't know. I mean, like today I'm using the, I don't know if you remember this one. This is the Voice 65 from Al Studio. So like I'm using this. I don't know. Any new boards that you guys are in, or I mean, I don't know. I haven't been in the loop honestly a lot, and I feel like it's dwarfed into this thing where it's like there's so many boards now. Like I don't know. Oh yeah. I mean, that's where I'm from, dude. That's when I started the key stuff. Was God, 2018? I think I started getting into custom keyboards. Yeah. So I like to do a lot of stuff though. Like I mean, I do Game Boy mods, like restorations. Like I've made like Game Boy macros. The modern dasher. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, it's all good. I mean, honestly, dude, the boards now are like way better than what we had, and like the options and different stuff is just awesome. Yeah. I mean, I even still have my Duck Jetfire too. So, I have my original Alice. I still have that one. Yeah. Well, yeah, probably from Metaverse, like I said, and I did the Metaverse group by when I designed those keycaps. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna do the keycap stuff anymore though, because I just don't have a lot of time. But I'm debating on it. All right, so now let's see. We're gonna try use this new tool. It's gonna be hard to see, I'm sure, with the camera, but I'm gonna set this straight on top of these solder joints and then just try to pull the joystick out. I might have to make it hotter. I know some people told me you have to put solder on the tip, but I don't know. This is a weird tool. I think it definitely needs to be hotter. All right, so we're gonna go up. Can I go up on the Hako anymore? All right, man. Have a good night. Catch you later. Why is this not? Is that as hot as it goes? I guess the Hako only goes up to... There we go. Okay, it's warming up. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't pre-tin them with fresh solder. I got distracted. Let's do that first. That's probably also why. So first we're going to put some other solder in here because I did forget. You know what? And I'm also going to heat this up. We're going to go to 420 on that. Let's see if that's melting the solder or not. And not really. You might have to go a little hotter. This no lead solder can get pretty crazy. No, still hotter. I also need to see why my iron, I don't know, the Hako won't go up that high. Let's see if I can crank it up. There we go. I can only go to 860. I don't know if that's gonna be hot enough. $860 Fahrenheit, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. not Celsius. Okay, so there, this one's good enough. Yeah, these joysticks on the Microsoft controllers are a lot more of a pain than on the PS5s. Let's move this up so y'all can see. Okay, now that we got the fresh solder on there, I'm gonna try to use that tool, and it is hotter now, so hopefully it's smoking, man. Okay, so there we go, now it's on there. Dang, it's hot. Probably get some tweezers and pull it off if I can. Let me try what I've seen online where you have to add solder to this tip. So I'm gonna do that and see if that works first. Smoky, dude. All right, well, let's see if that works. I don't know. Maybe it's not going far enough down. So let's try to loosen it because there's a bolt on here. I don't know. That could be the problem. All right. It's still not hot enough? I mean, that's the only other thing I can think of is not, maybe it's not hot enough? But I've got the flux and all this on here. All right, well, let's go hotter. Trying to think. Hey, Google, what's 450 C in Fahrenheit? Since I can't math right now. 840 degrees. Jeez. All right. So that's still not hot enough? Something's not right with this tool. So far, I don't know if this tool has been worth it because I can't even get the damn thing to, it's not even coming off. It's like it's not making enough contact. Oh. Maybe if I turn it sideways? Let's try it sideways. So I can see the contacts. try to take it like this. I mean, I feel the board getting hot. What's hard is I need this board like in a tighter vise. It's not gonna. Let's try adding more solder to this again. Cool, I don't need cheap viewers. No, thank you. All right, let's try to grip it like this. I can hold it and pull. It's like, come on, man. How did they... I love how like I see people use these and it's like, it's so easy. How? Please. Please tell me. All right, we're gonna move this around again. I'm gonna try to reposition myself. Okay, all the holes have solder in them. Okay, look at this. It's like a hot mess. It's not really doing much other than just heating the damn board up. Yeah, pushing. Yeah, I don't think this tool is gonna work. I don't want to mess the board up trying to do this crap. I can try to use one of these helping hands and hold it even more steady, but let's see. What about like even on the back side? Is it even coming up here? No. Come on, man. All right, this tool sucks. I can't even get it to work right. It's not working. No thanks. The only thing I can think is this Hako one can't get hot enough. I do have another tip coming here later, but like I have it at 888 degrees Fahrenheit and I still can't like pull this out. So we're either not making contact all the way somewhere, but I'm seeing the solder joints like it's not. I need to get a better angle to see. Maybe you push hard and pull. No. No, something's just not right. So let's see, it said 8. 840. Let's try that. All right, I'm gonna try a different vice grip and all this other different stuff, and see if it's just because I don't have enough pressure on it. Should have bought 2 of these. Might order a second one so I can help hold it on both sides. So it's not desoldering anything. Well, it's not supposed to desolder, but it's not yeah, and it should just be just like this. Set it flat. Something's not making contact. There's something not flush. And all I can think is because there's this center screw on the top of this thing where it bolts down on this one. And I don't know if that's causing interference and that's why I can't go low enough maybe. So I'm gonna try to just loosen it to here, flush, and see if that was the problem. But then it's loose on the top. So like it can wiggle on me and I don't really like that. See, like now it's like moving all over the damn place. Okay. No. Yeah, it's not doing nothing. Maybe this Hako, like you would think a Hako 88 or 888D could handle this, but I guess it's the only thing I can think is it's not hot enough. Or is this something where you're just supposed to desolder with it? All right, let's see. No. This thing's trash. I'm done with it. Alright, we wasted enough time with that. Let's just try to do it the other way I did the other ones then. I'll just have to get the desolder gun and do what I can. Because that sucks. Alright. I'm done wasting my time with that. Let's get the... Let's get the desoldering gun and see what we can do. Boards, man, I swear. And we're just gonna max this thing out because I already know we gotta be super hot. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah, that's just made a mess. What a mess, dude. Just gotta wait for this to warm up enough. All right. And of course, it's still gonna be a pain in my ass. See, I think on these, to be honest, on these, it's just gonna be better to use a hot air gun and then desolder these. And then on the new ones, you know, that way you don't use the hot air gun, you don't risk it for messing up the joysticks. But I think since I'm taking these off, the fastest way to do this is to literally hot air gun, pull them out, and then suck up the solder. That's how I'm feeling about this. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna get all this excess solder out, and then I'm gonna come back with the hot air gun, and we're gonna pull this one out, and then we'll suck up the rest of the solder with the hot air gun. And that'll just be easier than this shit. Because it's like some of them suck up and then some don't. Some of these are just really, really in there. And without that hot air to get down in the hole, it's like it's not making enough contact. Anyway. These are actually looking better. At least I'm getting some of these. I'm trying to wiggle it around, you know? You gotta kind of move the joint too, so that way it's getting in there to get the solder out, but you know, I see like this one's still being stubborn. And after I finish this controller, I got a PS5 DualSense Edge I'm gonna mod. And that one should be, I'm going to try to make it kind of like marathon style because I've been playing the crap out of that game. It's been awesome. Okay, so let's do the hot air gun to get this thing out real quick. And I got my hot air gun set to 400. Hopefully that's hot enough for this. And we're gonna pull this out once it's hot enough. The only reason you don't want to use the hot air gun, I guess, when you're putting the new one in, though, is it can mess up the magnets. So heat and magnets don't go together good. So you don't want to really use the hot air gun when you put the new ones in. But if you can clean these up, like I said, and they're clean enough, you don't need to use the hot air gun because you can just use the regular solder. You can just solder them in like normal, and they'll be clean anyways. Which honestly is I think, better. Especially that thing I was just putting on here just kind of looked like crap, dude. And then you run the risk of damaging other components. It's not worth it in my opinion. All right, so we're out. Got it out. So now that it's warm, I'm gonna get the gun and suck up the holes. Almost got that one. There we go. This one is still being stubborn. There we go. Okay, they all look pretty clear for the most part. These top two are a little Alright, we can clean that up with alcohol. Alright. Much better. Now, Oh. Oh. It looks like actually one of these deals moved with the hot air gun. I'm gonna have to fix that. I don't know. It looks like it's a capacitor right there. We're gonna have to fix. Where are my tiny tweezers? Should be somewhere around here. There. This little cap. Shit. And the hot air just blew it away. Where did it go? Well, that's not good. Now we got another problem. Shit. Oh, here it is. I found it. Where did it go now? Damn it, I lost it again. All right, hold on. Did it go somewhere else on top of here? Tell what that is, if it's a cap or if it's a... Okay, let's turn this off. And now I gotta try to find that little capacitor that flew off. And that's the other problem with hot air. Okay, what is this? I don't think that's it. It could be it. I can't tell if that's the cap or not. No. That just looks like a piece of solder. Okay. We're looking for a tiny little cap. What sucks is I don't have any spare caps either, so I would have to try to order one. Where the hell did it go? Note to self, next time lower the fan speed. Because that just blew it away. The only one I can see is this, but this does not look like it. It looks like a just looks like a piece of solder to me. So what we need to do, we need to see where the hell or what cap that is on the board. I don't think that's it. I think it's just a piece of solder. This is all I found on my mat. And that just looks like a piece of solder to me. And I just dropped that too. Gotta love the live streams, man. Okay, well. I gotta find out what size this thing was and then see if I can borrow something from another board. So this is a U7. Let's clean this up somewhere. Just so I can see. Exactly what I'm gonna have to fix here. Okay, so U7 F20. We need to find out what type of cap that was. All right, let's do that. I don't think I have another capacitor. Let me check up here real quick. You know what? All right. I might be able to rob one from one of my other boards here. It's not a controller board, but it's this old DS board that I use for spare parts anyways. So I think I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try to steal this from this board. So we're gonna take this out and I'm gonna try to take one of these. One of these little guys. Should just need one, so Turn this on and then lower the fan speed. To like 20. I should have grabbed one of these and not lose it. Okay, I think I got one. Okay. Okay, so now give this some flux. And I'm gonna hope it fuses. We give this some hot air and hope it doesn't move. I lowered the fan speed quite a bit, so hopefully it does not blow away. Okay, so we're just gonna have to turn it. Come on. Turn your little ass. Damn it. I can't see where the hell it is. Okay, there we go. Damn, is this one too small though? This is so hard. Okay. Dude, is this the whole pad coming off? Oh man, that's what it looks like. I don't know. This might be it for this one. It could be it. I can't turn it. I'm like trying to be delicate, and I'm like, man, I'm left-handed, so I'm doing this right-handed because I have to hold the left hand with the damn hot air gun. Okay. Okay. Oh no. Now I'm taking this off. That's not what I wanted to do. Go back. I just want to turn you. Come on, hands. Not this thing. No. Okay, stay there. You turn. Can't tell if that's on there, but it's pretty close. Delicacy is a little harder for me. My right hand. I think I might have to change the way I have my setup here because or I'm just gonna have to get better with my right hand, I guess. Shit. There we go. Okay. That's probably the best we're gonna get with this. We got the little cap in there now. I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Hopefully it is, because I could have swore it was that tiny to begin with. We're gonna see what happens. If the controller don't work, then we know why. I wish there was a way for me to like actually test it. Like before I do all this. Maybe what I'll do, just add some solder to that too, real quick. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that, but oh, look at that though. It's just like, yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. All right. Note to self: lower fan speed when we're doing that one. You live and you learn. All right, let's clean it up and see, but I don't, there's gotta be something. Maybe we can get away with not having this here. Yeah, the pad's torn. I see you. That's weird. I cleaned it and then it's showing the pad. What the heck? You know what? The other thing you can do, you can get a bigger one than this. I mean, I do have another board with a bigger one. And that would be easier for me to just solder between there. Maybe we should do that. And then that way for sure we know, I mean, it's a big enough cap. It'll be bigger, so it should be fine. Let's try that. Let's give it one more college try here. We'll take a bigger one this time. Just curious, what happened to this? Okay. That's the one I took on the bottom. But what if we take a bigger one, like one of those? One of these. These are a little bigger. Yeah, let's try that. We're gonna do it, man. We're gonna try to get this to work. I'm not gonna give up. We're gonna take one of these bigger ones. And then that should be a little easier for me to snatch up and move. Damn Xbox controllers, man. Okay, we might be able to grab one of these now. Shit, I think I grabbed two of them. All right, well, we got two to work with, I guess. All right. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make it work. I knew I saved those PCBs for a reason. I was like, one day I might need it. All right, so we're gonna pull one of those. Right-cha. We're gonna put you right-cha. It's a hair. Okay. All right, so we're gonna sit down right there. And I think that's the right size anyway. Come on, man. Just stay there and get off of my... There you go. Okay, so now... Let's heat this up. Come on, man. Just get where you need to go, buddy. Would you turn? Dang it, man. All right, dude, I believe in you. Get to your home. All right, maybe if we get a little flux. Let's try some flux. Flux is always good. Okay. That might be good. I think it might be good right there. Oh, come on, left hand. Nudge it just a little bit. Ugh. I can't tell now if that's straight or if it got flipped. Damn it. All right, I need to just know it's not going to be super perfect and just get the contacts on each side because that's all that matters. Doesn't have to look pretty. There we go. Got it. Okay. Now I just gotta let that dry. Or cool off. Phew, man. We did it. And I have a spare one over here, which I'll leave right, right there. All right. Gosh, these things always drag out way longer because I run into these little conundrums. But it also kind of makes it fun, right? A little bit, maybe a little. Not, I mean. All right, not so much. Where's that orange stuff from, man? What is that? Ah, dude, no. See, the top isn't. It's not soldered to anything up top. Hmm. Yeah, I wonder if that pad did come off then. What is that orange thing? It's got to be a pad, right? Or am I tripping? I'm putting in some TMR joysticks, but we ran into an issue where one of these caps came off with my hot air gun because it was too high a fan at the time. And I'm trying to get it back, but I think this this pad might have lifted, so I'm just trying to double check everything. But yeah, these Xbox Elite controller boards are a pain in the butt compared to the PS5s. So I've been practicing on my own, a couple of them. This is the second controller I'm doing right now. Okay, so let's see now. Let it cool off for a minute. Let's see. Yeah, see the top is still loose. So that pad, I think this pad on the top came off. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yep. Yeah, so this pad is loose. Or broken here. Your left bumper stopped working? It could just be the micro switch needs to be swapped out. That's pretty easy. There's two little micro switches in the controller that push down, and that could have been damaged. See, and if this is up here, that means it's not crossing this bridge, so we might have to bridge both of these. Yeah, you probably then, if you did that, if it's from squeezing hard, then you definitely probably just, the micro switch is just broken on it. It's a mechanical switch that's under those bumpers. Okay, so I don't know if it's better to solder. Let me get my smaller solder tip and see if I can. I'm on. Where are my other tweezers? Damn it, did I lift that cap off? I did. It's definitely some work. I mean, like, I guess, like, you just have to take the controller apart and, you'd have to take the controller apart and change the little switch out. Come on. Ugh. All right, now. Way too much solder there. Take some of that out. Grab you. And we just lost it.
Savage as hell. You got a heart like a lion. No way to fake it. I make this groundbreaking. I walk up and take it and leave the world shaking. No way to break me. I'm running on empty. I'm burning these fumes cause the light never left me. Savage as hell. I've got a heart like a lion. Savage as hell. Got a heart like a lion.
The heck kind of song is this?
I make this groundbreaking. I walk up and take it and leave the world shaking. No way to break me. I'm running on empty. I'm burning these fumes cause the light never left me.
Can't tell if this is solder or these damn caps are so damn small.
Savage as hell.
All right.
Savage as hell. Got a heart like a
What I'm gonna do, we still have that other cap that I put over here. So I might try to do that one, but let's clean this all up. And I wanna check this pad.
way to fake it. I make this groundbreaking. I walk up and take it and leave the world shaking. No way to break me. I'm running on empty. I'm burning these fumes cause the light never left me.
All right, there. See, the pad's up now. I just scrubbed it up. So we gotta see where this FT20 goes. I wonder if I can just scratch that and make a new trace line there. Or if not, I can add the cap and then try to bridge it, but man, that's gonna be a bitch with that tiny little cap. Let's see what this. Let's look up what this controller cap does really quick. Actually, you know what? I'm probably just faster to look on my phone instead of switching on the cameras. Let me see. Okay, 1 second. So. U7. Dang, so I can see. Let's see. I got a couple options. I can either try to see if this works without it. But I don't think it might not register. Because it could just be a ground, and I could work around that. I don't think it's a resistor. It looked like it was a capacitor. Unless it was a diode. The FT20 is often found alongside the E730. Yeah. Small capacitor. Oh, okay. Never mind. So we should be good. It says it should function. So it says many users have found this small capacitor is knocked off during a joystick replacement. The controller still functions normally. Yeah, so it's like a decoupling filter. It's basically to help clear out the noise, but we're using a whole different joystick, so I don't know. It's basically like an extra ground. If the capacitor is gone and the controller still works correctly, it's generally safer to leave the pads empty rather than attempting a difficult repair. Okay, so we'll just do that. We're gonna roll the dice. All right, let's desolder this other one. And this time, I'm just gonna use the hot air and not mess around with everything else and clean it up. And I have it on 20 now, so we should be good. So now, from now on, I know when I do these controllers, set my fan speed to 20, 400C on the hot air gun, and we should be fine. All right, so I'm gonna take this black tape off of this side, and we're gonna do this side. We'll test it out, like I said, and if we know, we have any issues, we're gonna know that was the problem, is that decoupling capacitor got removed. But from what I looked up online, apparently that happens a lot to people swapping these out and they're fine. So we'll test it out. We'll see. Okay, so first I am going to add a little bit of flux. Let's get the gloves back on. Bum, 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 bum. All right, let's get it going. Fluxy flux, fluckity flux. Hot air. And some pliers. This stick's probably going to be easier to take out anyways, since there's not a lot of components next to it. So the only thing is when it's lower like this, it just takes a little longer to heat up. But you want to wait till the solder gets a little liquidy. Let's just see it breaking down. Just kind of rock it back and forth here. Since the air is lower, I'm gonna warm it up a little bit and see. God. All right. We're gonna have to crank the fan speed up some because this is taking forever. Back and forth, back and forth. Okay, let's try to add more flux. I keep forgetting to make sure you guys can see. All right. This solder is no joke, man. taking ridiculously longer than I thought it was going to take. So let's lower this back to 400. And then we're going to set the fan speed back to 20. And then I'm going to try to... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some solder first again and see if that helps. God, dude, it's okay. You still got to add solder even when you're doing the hot air. All right. Damn it, I took my chip. I changed my tip on here and now it's... Okay. Now let's try the hot air gun one more time. I think we have to use 50%. I'm just gonna have to be careful because like this, having it lower than that, it's not warm enough. Now y'all can see all the joints. Okay. That's how it's coming out. So it's coming. Come on. There we go. Got it. And it's out. Now let's get you. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. All right, I almost got them all. Sweet. All right, I think we're good. Turn off the hot air. Okay. That. Once I kind of figure out a method, I think it'll be a lot faster, but man. These Xbox Elite controllers are something else. Alright, so now that's out, put that in. Shoe here. Let's clean this PCB up. Wipe, brush, alcohol, yeah. Dude, is that all this is now? It's just like bots asking for more viewers? Like, I don't know. I want real viewers, not bots. Thank you. You got flux everywhere. So right now we're just trying to get everything cleaned up so we can put the new sticks in. I don't know why my grounding pad was like this. I don't know if I could just take it off because it's like not even in the right spot, but whatever. That was there like that when I took it apart. There's still flux. There, that's better. All right. Time to put the new sticks in. So we're using the K silvers again. Hopefully these are good. I think the last one messed up because I used the hot air gun, maybe, and it jacked up the magnets. The only reason this one, like I said, if this other stick side does not work, which the left stick on this one, if we have any issues with it, it's gonna be because of that capacitor. But I did read that it should be fine, so we'll find out. And if it does end up that way, then I guess I've got a board for some spare parts. Otherwise, we'll have two good controllers. Okay, so now I'm gonna add a little bit of flux again. For the new joints. Okay, turn that off. Make sure we're still flush. We are. Now we're gonna solder. Start in the back. All right, that one's in. Everything looks good to me. Sure I don't have too much solder. Joints look good. Don't want any bridging. All right. Okay. Let's make sure the stick's flush still. Quick. All right, flush. Let's put the other one in first before we start cleaning the board, because I want to double back on that. Now we'll do this side. I remember that cap right here at FT20 is the one that popped off, so that'll be the test here. We'll see if that is critical or not. If it is, we will know. Just setting the new one in the ports right now. It's giving me a little trouble on one of them. Huh. Okay, need to check that. Maybe this part. Oh yeah, there was a little bit of solder in that one. I see you there. That'll be easier just to go with the wick. There we go. So that one, and then this one has a little bit in here, so we're gonna. Got him. All right. I also can lower that, I think. All right, now we'll put this in. All right. And we're flush. Put a little flux. Okay, flux it in. And solder. And you can't see anything because I didn't put the camera back. There we go. Sorry about that. All right, we're in. Okay, cleanup time. All right. Trash, trash. Out of the way. Chem wipe. Alcohol. So right now we're just cleaning this up. Oh man, I think I pumped out too much there. Some isopropyl on this, clean it all up. And same with this one. And I can just gonna warm up that stud to clean up the dry up the alcohol faster. Schmovin', man, schmovin'. All right. So now we got both sticks in. And we can start putting this back together and hopefully we're good. Ugh. Well, there's one, there's two. All right. So now just gonna clean it up a little more. All right. I think that's about as pretty as it's gonna get. So now we can switch over to the other camera and start putting it together, I guess. We'll test it out. So let me move these screws because we're gonna need them over here. Oh man, come on. I'm missing one. I'm just losing stuff left and right here today. All right, let's switch you back over. Bear with me here. I'm just gonna try to find my this other screw. Missing one silver screw. Oh, never mind. I found it. Just clean it up over here. All right, that's that. I'll save the trash for a minute over here. A minute. Now let's put this together. So we got the new joysticks in. Oh yeah, now we got to solder this back together. But I do have to switch the camera back. I'm not done yet. All right, first let's get this board in, and then we'll solder this stuff back together. So that's gonna go back into this module here. We gotta line these pins up. This top pin here has this little, oh, I don't know, it's hard to see. This thing, gotta line these boards up like that. And then there's another one on the bottom here. So we'll get those in, and then we're gonna connect the motherboard. And then we gotta put these back. Oh yeah, these are fun. These little tiny little ribbon things. They don't ever want to stay in either. Alright, let me move the mic real quick. Okay, come on now. Easier just to pick that up like that. And also, before I forget, the headphone port needs to go back in. That goes in on the bottom like that. I don't know if it's hard to see with the black contrast. Maybe I can make it brighter. There we go. Now you guys can see. Okay, that one's in. These have these little tracks here too to hold the cables down, so it makes it a little easier if you put them back in them. There's like these little silver tracks. You can't really see that well because the camera's not zoomed in, but all right, there. Those are connected. Now we're gonna switch back over and solder these boards back. And these back. Throw these in here. Seat the motors back in like that. Like that. And then now we're gonna go solder over there. So let's switch back one more time. Okay, so now we're gonna do these four again. Let me refocus. Fun stuff. Oh, let's clean those up. tweezers. Switch hands to my right. Forgot I had to turn the mic. All right, switch hands here. And okay, that one. And that one's back. Back over. Now we gotta do the. All right, those are back on. Now we'll do the other side. So I can see where the heck they are. There they are. Switch hands. That one's on. That one's on. Come on, man. What am I doing here? I'm trying to get a good grip on this one, and it's like it's messing with me, man. All right, we're good. Okay. All right, now we can screw this back together. That is also trash. Switch back to the overhead. Turn the microphone. All right, now we can put it back together and test it out, and we will see the moment of truth. And that's actually not that one, it's this one. Screw these back in. Okay. Everything looks good. So now let's get the bumpers back on. Earlier, Cojones over here was was asking me about his bumper. These are the micro switches I'm talking about. These are the two micro switches where the bumpers hit. So if you're mashing the R button, this is what was giving you the trouble. I believe they're soldered right here, so it would be these 2 points. You'd have to desolder, which is pretty easy to do. Easier than the joysticks at least. But yeah, it is repairable. I think you can find replacements online on Amazon and on AliExpress, I'm sure. Okay, that's in. We're gonna put this back. All right. That's clip back on. I gotta be careful with these because last time I was moving stuff around and then the solder joint tore off because it got caught on something. Okay, these look good. Just making sure they're still good before I close this up. Good, good, good. Okay. All right, those look good. So now we can put it back in the shell. Like so. To do that, we got to pull these triggers down, pop it in. Oh. There we go. I just didn't remember those paddles were engaged in the back, so I was like, man, these sticks aren't going down. Okay. That's good. Bumpers are clicky. This is good. All right. Now we screw it back in. I didn't realize we were out of focus. Sorry, guys. There we go. Sometimes I forget to pay attention. And hopefully this time we don't have any calibration issues like we did previously. But if we do on that left stick, it's that cap that we lost. And I don't know if there's anything we can really do about it. You know what? If I'm going to use that, I might as well just use... Let me find that box. I'm just going to use the rest of those black screws so they match. Yeah. Since it is a transparent front shell, try to make it at least look decent. Okay, there, that's in, that's in. Now I need just one more on the top right. All right, that's pretty tight. Cool. Now we screw these tops in. By hand too, we don't over tighten them because then you got issues. Those are on. Now we should snap this on. All right. Now I don't know what I did with the D-pad cover thing. Somewhere around here. Shit everywhere. That's fine. We can find. I'll find that D-pad later. I know I set it somewhere around here though. Let's make sure this thing works. That's my biggest thing. So that's trash. I use this for the screws. Spare controller screws and parts. Oh, found it. There we go. Cool. So now let's test this thing out. Need a cord and need to switch to the PC now. So we got to turn off the camera feed on that, switch to PC. There we go. Now I need to listen. Oh, the controller turns on, so that's good. So now let's open the accessories app. And let's calibrate. Recalibration, left stick, recalibrate, begin. It works. I mean, hey. Sweet. Oh yeah, the other thing, these are super loose, so let me tighten that. Pretty sure I can just use this. There we go. Let's do it one more time. Try again. Begin. Sweet. That's what I'm talking about. Pay no mind to my crooked hands. Okay. All right. So back. Exit that one. Now we will go to the right stick. Calibrate. Begin. Uh-oh. Oof, that one looks all... Why? Why are these right sticks always doing this to me, man? Oh, here we go. Now it's centering. There we go. Okay. Let's do that again. I don't trust it. Let's go back. Recalibrate right stick. Recalibrate it again. There we go. Okay. Ah, there we go. Exit. All right, we're just gonna do it one more time on each stick just to be safe. Left stick, calibrate. All right. Heck yeah. Ah, come on. All right. Let's try that again. Again. One more time, because I'm not liking it. Well, you know what? No, let's just back out. Let's do the, what is it? Controller gamepad tester. Okay. Looking good here. Looking good here. Button works. Button works. I think we're good. Heck yeah. We did it. Okay, so I guess you don't need that cap. Apparently it's for interference. I guess for magnet stuff or whatever. Well, probably just signal interference, to be honest. But we're good. It was not critical, at least. I'll do some more testing and some games and stuff, just to see how it responds. Maybe I'll play some Resident Evil with it. But I don't know why that background changed like that. D-pad works. This works. Clicks, clicks. Start minus. We're good. We did it. Oh yeah, let's check the back buttons. Yep. 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 All right, dude. Another successful joystick mod. We got two Elite 2 controllers now with new shells and with TMR Hall Effect joysticks. So we gaming. We gaming. Next stream, I am going to do a PS5 DualSense Edge. It's my own. Like I said, all these controllers are mine. None of this stuff's sponsored or anything. It would be awesome if Extremerate and them would send me some stuff. I would be happy to do it. But anyways, I'm just having fun doing my own thing. Like I said, right now streaming. I'm probably gonna do some more keyboards also. Mostly just maintenance on my current boards and maybe changing out desoldering and putting in new switches and stuff. If there is a new keyboard that catches my eye, I will probably pick one up if I'm in the mood for it. I do have a Holy 80 case coming to swap out with my Wooting stand. I think I have the raw case. I'm gonna switch that out. Put some new also the new HMX Hall Effect switches I'm going to test out on the board. I did order those. That's going to come in. So that's probably going to be my next stream. I'll probably be doing the Holy 80 after that PS5 DualSense Edge. I might wait. I might do one or the other before, but I don't have a stream schedule yet. I'm going to work on that and try to start planning my weeks out that way. I might definitely for sure stream Friday mornings, and then I'm also still gaming. I'm probably gonna stream Marathon. I'm not like a super hardcore gamer. I'm not like the greatest gamer, but I do enjoy streaming games, so I'll probably do that as well, off and on. But if you're tuning in to the VOD or watching live, I really appreciate you and hope everyone has a good one. But I'm outie. See you on the next time.